What comes to mind, though, when you think back on these days and what was going on in your life? Did you have a gut feeling that this movie was going to be really transformative?
No, check this out. I made $12,000 for doing Hustle and Flow. And then on top of it, what Paramount did, instead of putting my name as Terrence Howard performing the songs, they put performed by DJ. Well, they own DJ. So guess what? The performance royalties went to Paramount. They went,
Wait a minute. They didn't go to Terrence Howard. They went to
$12,000. That's all I ever made from Hustle and Flow. Everything else went right back into Paramount. So now I got to sue Paramount or send them a letter.
Are you serious?
I got to send them a letter to say, hey, you guys owe me about 20 years worth of residuals and performance royalties. But I didn't know. I was just trying to pay my rent then. I made $6,000 doing crap.
Two and then the three and then the four, then you gotta breathe. One and then the two and then the three and then the four, then you gotta breathe. Then you gotta. Yo, these niggas can't breathe when I come through, hum to some shoes. Gotta be 20, man, it's not even funny, they can't. The chokehold's too tight, the left looks too right. You know what? You right, these bitches can't. Look, they hearts racing, they start chasing. But I'm so fast when I blow past that they can't. In the presence of the man, your future look better than your past. If you present with the man, you better. You niggas can't share my air. I walk a mile in the pair I wear. And I'm getting better year by year, like they say wine do. Cops couldn't smell me if you brought the canines through. And I pace myself. I know these money hungry bitches wanna taste my wealth, but I keep them on a diet, embrace their health, or even keep them on the quiet and space myself and just take a deep breath. I got them grabbing their chest, cause it's hurting them to see fabbing is best. And they in they worst, they rather see me laying a hearse than laying the back. And I ain't just laying the verse, I'm saying the facts. I came back with some sicker stones that got these broke niggas looking at me like they choking on a chicken bone. Heavy chick I bone, can't leave a dick alone, so I know it's one of them every time I pick my phone. Breathe. One and then the two and then the three and then the four, then you gotta breathe. One and then the two and then the three and then the four, then you gotta breathe. One and then the two and then the three and then the four, then you gotta breathe. Then you gotta. Yo, these niggas can't breathe when I come through, hum to some shoes. Gotta be 20, man, it's not even funny, they can't. The chokehold's too tight, the left looks too right. You know what? You right, these bitches can't.
What it is, you really do.
Oh shit. Yo, what it do, y'all? What it do, y'all? I'm your host with the motherfucking most. Chill motherfucking Murray. You are now tuning in live from the spot. Shout out to everybody tuning in, not tuning in. Now we're doing how we ride. What's going on, Benjamin Zek? Medusa, what's going on, baby? Icon Vine, what's going on, baby? You got your name back. Teresa Jackson, what's going on? You got your name back, but you couldn't get your icon back. That's funny as hell. Got Vonnie back, but couldn't get the icon back. Got Vonnie back, but couldn't get the icon back. That is hilarious. Yes, kids will be kids. Kids will be kids. Hey, your phone is his phone. You already know how this go. The jig is up. The jig is up. This is not your phone anymore. This is not your phone. He come into the room. This is no longer your property. Okay? It's mine. What's going on? Happy Saturday, everybody. I hope everybody is having a great evening, a great Saturday in general, a great weekend in general. I am enjoying the weekend. The weekend is good. I got off a little bit early, so I got to get my fix in. My fix is the game. If you haven't noticed, the channel is converting. I decided to not even make a separate gaming channel. Instead, I'm slowly converting it into this one. So you're going to start also seeing spectating videos on here of a video game. So be prepared. If it's not for you, it's not for you. It's fine. But if you haven't noticed, some of the shorts that I've been doing from the video game that I play, Marvel Rivals, have been getting more views than the pod. So it's like, okay, now I actually have to feed a different audience because I got 1,500 views in less than 24 hours. Actually, no, it's up to 2,000. I think it's up to 2,000 now. It should be at 2,000 now. The little Sue Storm video that I put out. Yeah, it's about $2,000 now. And then the one I just put out this morning about the new character that Marvel Rivals is dropping next week, Emma Frost. I put out a clip from the event yesterday. I'm watching a Tubi movie right now named Auntie. Name my auntie. That's funny. But yeah, we gotta convert. We gotta convert the channel because, like I said, the podcasting is always going to be around. I'm always gonna be around podcasting. I'm always gonna be doing that. You're always gonna hear from me when something happens. We just always say that. You're gonna always hear from me. But now I would like to be, I would like to be on more, but doing more things. That's what I'm getting into now. So, like I said, I've been slacking on macking with my damn clips because I've been doing clips for the damn shorts. I've been noticing those is actually doing better than my regular clips. So I said, fuck it. I'm just gonna go live when I go live. What you been to say? You heard or seen the movie on Stars called Ally? Nope, I have not. I don't even. The crazy thing is, Benjamin Zach, I don't really watch movies like that. If it's not like the newest horror, like Terrifier or something like that, or Godzilla, or maybe the new Mortal Kombat, I don't really like certain franchises. I say it like that. Certain franchises I be into now. But if it ain't like that, if it ain't something I need to see like that, I don't really fuck with it like that. I don't be looking at movies like that. I'm a YouTube guy. I watch YouTube all day long. I don't watch any type of cable. I don't watch any type of cable. I don't watch any streaming. YouTube is streaming, I guess, but that's about it. But my TV stays on YouTube 24/7. Literally, it stays on YouTube 24/7. If I'm on my phone, same thing. It's based around Allie Carter. Is it a movie about? Is it an actual documentary about her though? Was it really like? Did she do it? Because I'll check it out. If that's the case. I'll check it out. If that's the case. I'll definitely give it a shot and check it out. What was I gonna say? A little part. Sorry, I had to get juice. No, it's an actual movie. Okay. I will give it the look. I shall give it the look. I'll give it the look. But no. Yeah. So the channel is going to be converting. You're going to, well, not converting, but we're going to be, I guess you can say converging, not converting, converging. That's a good way to put it. Converging gaming with the hip hop media. So if you're into gaming, you'll see gaming. If you're into the pod, you'll come to the pod. You know what I mean? That's how we're going to do that. John Wick 5. The crazy thing is, I watched the first one, but I think I fell asleep through the first one. So, and I know it's a good movie. I know it's a very good series. I know it's a very good Keanu Reeves series. Very iconic series. I just haven't been able to get into action movies. To be honest, it's hard for me to get into scripted anything. I think that's what it really comes down to. And that's why I watch a lot of horror movies, because I appreciate the art and creativity and the gore in horror movies. I can watch some anime because I appreciate the actual plot. I appreciate creativity and things. It's a little bit hard to do the scripted movies. The scripted action movies. I don't know what it is. It's just been a little bit hard for me to get into them lately. Because it's like, all right, I can predict who's going to win this fight scene based upon what this character has been doing throughout the movie. Okay, damn it, I shouldn't be able to predict that you're going to fuck him up, or he's going to give you the upper hand here, then you're going to triumph. I shouldn't be able to predict that shit. It ruins it for me. It ruins my experience. But anyway, let me see. Speaking of movies, I guess actors, if you will. You haven't heard, Terrence Howard, pretty much had a great interview. First of all, let me also say that had a great interview, as he always does, like when he was on Joe Rogan, and delivered the amazing interview that he had there. Pretty much a very intelligent human being all the way around. Okay, the man broke down. What do you call it? He broke down everything in the periodic table. I'm talking about every single number in the periodic table, every single equation in the periodic table. Yes, that reminds you too. Definitely hit the like button. Definitely hit the subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. That way you do, get to join the pod. And shout out to I was waiting for him to get in here. Shout out to Huda Man, Jay Porter, Devin Scott. Damn it, I think it was somebody else. It was somebody else too. Let me look real quick, because it was somebody else. Oh no, it was just them three. Okay. Okay, yeah, it was them. It was just them recently. Just them recently. That's the other thing. Hold on. I have to look real quick. Like I said, I was waiting for him to get in here because I had a quick announcement for them. I had an announcement for them. Yeah, okay, so it was them three. It was just them three. All right, so yeah, shout out to Huda Man, Jay Porter, and Devin Scott. Greatly appreciate you guys for the Cash App. We was only at $50 goal. I only had a $50 goal for the week. I didn't even have a $100 goal like I usually have. I have just a $50 goal for the week. So we only $10 away from the goal now. We literally only $10 away from the goal now. So shout out to everybody that definitely helped out. What I want to say is, like I said, I'm gonna wait for if I see them in here because I got something special for them. I do have something special for you guys that all have donated. Have a very special treat for you guys, actually. You guys are gonna like this. But yeah, let's get into that. Let us get into that. Terrence Howard. I'm here. The sweat, but no doubt. Oh, BLK Lion, what's going on? Okay. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. It's okay. It's sweat. My bad. What did I say? Did I say Devin Scott? I'm sorry. My mind is running on a million things right now. I apologize. My mind is running on a million things right now, and I was flipping back and forth through different things here, trying to get back to the itinerary. I apologize. Thank you so much, Devin Sweat. I greatly appreciate you guys. All right, so you in here. All right, I'm waiting for Huda Man and Jay Porter. If I see Huda Man and Jay Porter. I did say Scott. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, I'm waiting for Huda Man and Jay Porter now. Icon, you up in here. You was another person. If I see Allison up in here, she's also a part of it. But like I said, I see them two people up in here. Well, shit, we got majority up in here. Jay Porter get up in here and Huda Man get up in here. I'll just say it again. So you guys are picking being that it's it's abrupt. Give you guys an extra day. So Tuesday, you guys, Icon Vonnie, Allison Clanton, okay, Devin Sweat, Huda Man, Jay Porter, Don't forget anybody? No, I didn't forget anybody. Y'all are picking the topics. Y'all are picking the topics for Tuesday. Y'all are picking the topics for Tuesday. I should have reached my goal now. I should have. Hold on. I don't see nothing. I ain't see anything. Oh, thank you so much, Icon Vani. See? Thank you so much, Icon Vani. Yes, we hit it. We hit it. It's like, it was a very small one. It's a very small goal, but I greatly appreciate you guys that helped me get it. I greatly appreciate you guys that helped me get it. I truly do. From the bottom of my heart. You guys are picking the topics for Tuesday. So that's what's up. I'm giving you guys an extra day. You guys are picking the topics for Tuesday. You don't have to come up with a bunch of topics. just come up with one for us to go over. One for us to thoroughly go over. It's not like I'm just gonna breeze past for 5 minutes. we gonna really the pod is gonna be dedicated to y'all Tuesday. And I said extra day because Monday I do have to deliver something for the Patreon. So, and if they don't shut me down, it'll get premiered here. So, anywho, yes, Tuesday. You guys are picking the pod. That's right. Thank you so much, Medusa. Thank you so much for putting that in the chat as well. Yes, you guys are picking the topics for Tuesday. So make sure you guys are in attendance for Tuesday's pod. I'll probably do it during the day. I will make the announcement of what time I'll be doing it. Probably the evening, probably Monday evening. That way, it's not like suddenly on Tuesday. You know, I'll make the announcement Monday evening. I'll do that. Make it easier. Okay. So. Let's see. Yes, dedicated to the supporters. And we'll do that more often. We will definitely do that more often. We will definitely do that way more often as well. Because you guys matter. You guys matter. This is who I do it for. I don't just do this for me. I'm gonna start doing this more often too with the lo-fi music in the background. You guys probably can't hear it, but I got lo-fi music on my TV. It breaks the silence. It breaks the awkward silence in here sometimes, and keeps the flow of things going. Let me see. Let's just go into it then. Let's just get into it. Okay, let me do it like that. I mean, hey, put it like this. If you want me to do 3, I do 3. I do 3. I can do 3. I can definitely cover 3. All right, let's see. Terrence Howard. Oh, in the beginning, that intro that I played, if you guys haven't heard, Terrence Howard actually only made. That was crazy even here. He only made $12,000 from Hustle and Flow. He barely made anything from Hustle and Flow whatsoever. And then to even sadder to see that he didn't make any money from the record, and they made all that money from His Heart Out Here for a Pimp, for merch and all that shit, because they owned how they did it was real slick. They made it so they signed the artist that was in the movie to their record company. You know what I mean? That they said little shady bullshit like that they did to him. I couldn't even believe my ears when I heard that. But a lot of people couldn't believe their ears when this shit came out either, I guess.
You know, there's a short life in
Why do you think
world.
that is? What the creative side is?
Well, because losing out money, you got to take drugs. You're going through so much shit to try and deal with life. You are literally, it's an unhealthy space. And so eventually you're going to go too far, you know? Who knows what happened to Philip? Who knows what he had to do in order to get to where he was at? There's a lot of things that people do that end up sitting and they can't get over it. And they got to keep getting high, hoping to get it out of their head, you know? But when you lose your man card, That's the only thing I can think of. You lose your damn man card,
What is that? What do you mean by that?
you give up your ability, your right to being a man. A man don't take it, a man gives it. So when you give up that man card, you don't get that back.
Are you saying what I think you're saying?
Now I'm saying what I'm saying. You don't get that back. You come into this world as a man one time. You give up that right for anything, for fear of being hurt, fear of somebody doing something, for wanting to gain something. When you give up that man card right, you lose some spiritual energy that has always been pushing through. Like if a woman gives up her womanly right of being a mother and taking care of her family and do all those things. When you give up those things, but when you give up your manhood, I've never seen somebody recover from it. That was all the people that went to the puffy parties. That was all the people that did all those things thinking that there was never going to be a consequence for what they were doing. Get punked out and pimped out by some greater desire. You shouldn't have a greater desire than being a man. So I believe that's a big problem with a lot of the actors out there because they get fluid. And next thing you know, once you go fluid, it's gone. You don't have any foundation to pull yourself back from. So maintain your man card.
Man said when you go fluid, it's gone. He said some of them get fluid. When you go fluid, it's gone. That was funny as hell. I never been a science person. I hate big words. However, when Terrence spoke in Hollywood Experience, I understood everything he said, and he didn't use it. Yes, he talks very simplistic. I do like that as well. He makes sure that the person can comprehend. I mean, as an actor, as a very experienced actor, he's probably, has years and decades of public speaking. So, I mean, talking, that's just with anything. The more simplistic you talk to a person, the more, of course, they can comprehend. And when you talk their language, you know what I'm saying, I'm pretty sure Terrence knows how to do that with the many roles that he's done. He knows how to talk the language. You know what I mean? He knows how to talk a regular person's language versus what he, would like to, the way that he would like to articulate it. You know what I mean? He can use the big words, but it's like you don't have to overemphasize. Like T.I. will overemphasize certain big words just to use them, of course, to teach people, but you don't always have to do that. You can talk to people, like I said, very simplistic. You don't always have to flex your vocabulary. You know what I mean? You don't have to flex your vocabulary. Yeah, when you go fluid, you do it. I was like, wow. When you go fluid, it's gone. You lose that man card when you go fluid. That's a new one right there. When you go fluid, do it.
No matter what.
Man, I mean, one of the things you're seeing, you went to a whole different place.
Sorry.
No, I get it. So you see some guys struggling with that. You see Bieber struggling with that. You see some of these guys struggling with that.
They can't get it out of their head. They can't get it out of their head. The things that they did, no matter how they did it, whether they were drunk or high or whatever, you gave up your man card. You need therapy. And that's the thing that hurts them the most. And so they end up on drugs, end up every way to try and get rid of any principles there are. And that's what the business does. And the women that trade their bodies to go and get the role, they get to the point where they have their Oscar, they have their money, but they don't have their dream. They don't have the soul that they started with. So it's like achieving don't mean anything.
Nah. Man's just cooking. Mine's just cooking. And he ain't, listen. As King Osborne said earlier, Free B, the homie, what's going on? As he said it earlier. Said it with his chest. Put names on it. Bieber, all of them. So they got their man card taken and they need therapy. Because somebody finally fucking said it. Somebody finally fucking said it. Sold the hole to get the gold. That's filthy business. Jay Williams, what's going on? Sold the hole to get the gold. Took the man card. And he, like I said, he put names on it. Run it back. He put names on them bullets.
They get to the point where they have their eye to try and get rid of any principles there are, and that's what the business does. And the women that trade their bodies to go and get the role,
Hold on.
they get and gave up your.
With that.
They can't get it out of their head. They can't get it out of their head. The things that they did, no matter how they did it, whether they were drunk or high or whatever, you gave up your man card. You need therapy. And that's the thing that hurts them the most. And so they end up on drugs, end up every way to try and get rid of any principles there are. And that's what the business does. And the women that trade their bodies to go and get the role, they get to the point where they have their Oscar, they have their money, but they don't have their dream. They don't have the soul that they started with. So it's like achieving don't mean anything. If I get all the Nobel Prizes from doing all of this, but in the process I have to trade out all of my integrity to do it so that they can stay in place, what benefit is that if I lose my integrity? You got to go in as a principal. And what we were brought in here as men. We produce 1,500 sperm per heartbeat for a reason, because the aggression is necessary. You don't trade that in, no matter what.
Did you ever have the opportunity where you got invited and you said no to it?
Hell yeah.
What was the
Hell
consequences
yeah.
when you said no?
Puffy invited me for weeks, asking me to come and teach him how to, wanted me to be his acting coach for a while. Go there and he's sitting around just looking. I'm like, okay, what's the material you want to work on? He's just looking at me. Then next thing you know, okay, hey, will you help me? I want to hear your music. So I come over there and
He said he's just looking at me. He said I came over here and I fell for it at first, but this nigga was just looking at me. He ain't really want to learn nothing. This nigga was just looking at me the whole time. All of a sudden, let me help you with your music. Help you with my music. Listen to your music. And see, that's how Puffy do. Now he want to turn the tables on some, all right, you was helping me with something. You know what I'm saying? I need to help you with something. Let me help you with your music. Terrence ain't worried about no goddamn record deal or nothing like that.
play the music, and he's sitting there just looking at me, like waiting. Okay. So then my assistant was like, he wants to hang out with you next week. And I was like, for what? He's like, I think he's trying to fuck you. That's what my assistant said. And I was like, oh, okay. Now I get it. So now no more communication. Now you know to be hands off with somebody. A number of producers come in to make the approach, and you threaten to punch them in the mouth, or threaten to knock their head off for talking to you or looking at you like you're a woman.
He wasn't trying to hear that shit. He was like, yo, what this nigga want, bruh? I ain't with the goofy shit. I ain't with the funny business. What does he really want, bro? Talk about something he want to hang out with me next week. And all he had to hear was one thing from his assistant. His assistant had to have been a woman. And once she said it, because she could tell more than anything. She could tell more than anything what Diddy's intentions was. The way he was acting, the way he was moving. She could tell a gay nigga from anything. So, told him straight up, like, yo, he trying to fuck you, bro. I don't know if you have to tell Terrence much. We gonna keep our distance. We gonna keep our distance with this wild boy over here. That's what I'm saying. Everybody can't be lying on him. Hoodie tucked in the fedora. Yeah, Terrence is a man of class. He a man of class, but he definitely about that. He definitely about that life. And wild thing is, like, I have to give him a round of applause, because it's like he the first one to like really say what his experience was and not sugarcoat the shit, not try to dodge the bullet. He grabbed the gun and shot the bitch. he ain't dodged the bullet or nothing. He grabbed the gun and shot himself. Took the shot his damn self. That's what I respect about this little segment right here. He ain't have to ask him about what you think about Diddy. He just came out and said, listen, we done heard the stories about Diddy. Hell, I'll tell you a story about what the fuck happened to me. Straight up. Straight like that. I have to respect that.
When you approach a real man about his masculinity, you're going to get a real reaction back. It's a difference when a guy walks in a room and when a man walks into a room. And a man don't take the same things that a guy will accept. So always be the man in the room. And that's always been my whole thing, and have lost businesses because I don't bend over in that way. I don't compromise. I don't play gay roles. I don't kiss a man. I don't do that shit because the man card means everything.
It's crazy because you look at Joaquin Phoenix now, right? Joaquin Phoenix, I told you guys before, I shared that article about him getting cold feet like 2 weeks before. He was supposed to play a gay guy. And it was supposed to be like a, what do you call it? Let me say a rated NR or something like that. Or rated something like that, the way it was going to be like real graphic nudity, like real graphic shit. I guess they was going to be getting they fuck on as men, and he wasn't down with that shit. He turned that shit down. Now, the news came out that he turned down the gay role. Like they made it a thing that he turned down the gay role. I said, oh, this going to be bad. The funny thing was, or should I say the fucked up thing was, that article about him turning down the gay role came out right before Joker 2 was supposed to drop. And as y'all know, Joker 2 was like the most promoted shit until that article came out. That article came out, all of a sudden Joker 2 come out, oh, Joker 2's bad, Joker 2's this, it's just a bullshit musical. All of a sudden, all the bad reviews for Joker 2. I said, oh, they blackballed my dude. He did so well with Joker 1, had the most anticipated movie with Joker 2. And because he turned down the gay role, it's nothing but bad reviews. Nobody went to see the movie. Does shit in the box office now. I didn't even go see Joker 2 because it was so many goddamn bad reviews. I was like, well, shit, do I really want to go see the motherfucker now? I might end up watching it this weekend just to see what the fuck everybody was like, or should I say why they did that. Or I know why they did that, but I'm saying what the bad reviews really were. If there was anything to give a bad review for, is what I'm saying. Yes, Tyler Perry-ish. Very Tyler Perry-ish. Denzel waited until Gladiator 2 to give up his man card. Yep. But I mean, everybody said Denzel been sold out though. Everybody said Denzel been sold out years ago. He been sold out. I remember, I don't know why I always think of the line that Jada said, why Denzel had to be crooked before he took it. Just like Halle Berry had to sleep with a white guy to get an Oscar. So, I mean, hey. Everybody that's in Hollywood that's a big name has done something. Let's just say that. They've done something. I'll get blackballed before I gotta look at somebody's balls. That's true. That's true. That's very true. And that's the thing. You always see it'll be the Terrence Howards that'll stop getting the movies. You know what the crazy thing is, right? And I was thinking about this too. I was like, what if Empire really fucked him over? What if Empire was the reason he really just said fuck all this? Because remember, Jussie Smollett ended up being his gay son on the show. We ain't really seen Terrence Howard in too many big shit besides Empire since then, right? I mean, he's been in movies, of course. He's been in low budget movies, but he hasn't been in anything like, oh, we got to see this. He hasn't been in anything mainstream like that since Empire. I'm really thinking that whole thing fucked him up with him having to have the gay son that came out on the show and shit like that. I'm pretty sure something messed him up with that. Yes, but I didn't even get to say it. Thank you, Medusa. Brashear Gray. Brashear Gray. Because lo and behold, people say that Diddy and Will Smith. That Diddy and Will Smith had this boy hemmed up. They took that boy manhood, people are saying. So I'm wondering now, like I said, that Empire show is what was the last straw with him. I feel like that's really what happened. That whole thing, like I said, with the Jussie Smollett shit. I'm talking about behind the scenes and on the show with him being the gay son, and then behind the scenes him having the shit with the Haitians, and because he got emotional over that shit on what they was doing with Jussie, and it felt more like he understood that they were taking Jussie's manhood. Like he probably was a good friend with Jussie before what happened to him in Hollywood. So now it's like, damn, but I fucked with you, Jussie, and now you one of them over there. Like, damn, I hate what Hollywood did to you. Then Brashear. Yeah, then the show just vanished. The show pretty much vanished when Terrence left it. If you think about it, the show really just vanished away. It had zero appeal to it anymore. Which wasn't his name on the show Lucian? I remember specifically, wasn't it something like that? Because I remember Empire was based on something else. Because Empire originally was, I remember Dame Dash said it. Power and Empire was pretty much like, I guess you could say hand in hand. I remember something like that was going on where Power and Empire, Lee, what was his name? Was it Lee Williams? Dan Lee, was it Dan Lee Williams or something like that? That he was beefing with. I'm about to go off track now. Hold on. Who was he beefing with? Dame Dash. Lee Daniels. That's what it was. It was Lee Daniels. It was something with Lee Daniels where he was fighting over him with the idea for Empire. That Dame Dash said that Lee Daniels stole the idea from him, and I remember Power pretty much came out and everybody was like Empire. I should say Power was biting off of Empire, and Dame Dash was like, nah, just Lee Daniels tried to steal that whole damn idea. So I gave the idea to Fifth to do something different. That's what it was. Okay. Now, I don't want to lose my damn train of thought now. Hold on. There's something else I was getting to. Lucius. That's what it was. Lucius. Okay. I knew I was getting to something. Okay. No, it was Lucius. Icon's right. It was Lucius. But, yeah. Name on the show was Lucius. I was like, okay. And he was a record executive. I was like, oh. I see what this is really playing off of, this story. I get it. I get it now. Again, this is why Terrence Howard, I'm pretty sure once Terrence Howard knew who he was actually supposed to be portraying, a.k.a. Lucian Grange, I'm pretty sure, because everybody thought he was supposed to be portraying like a Jay-Z type character, right? But lo and behold, he was really portraying Lucian Grange that ended up having a gay son. Because he's supposed to pass the label down or whatever. But if you look in hindsight, Lucian Grange, the real Lucian Grange, ends up passing a label down to his son. Now, I don't know if he is, on that other side of the fence, but at the same time, I can't put it past him considering Tekashi 6ix9ine was your first artist. So, West, y'all. What's going on, Shree Purnell? What's going on? Let me see now. Yeah, let me continue this, wrap this little part up here because there is something else we need to get into while we're on the topic. Justin Bieber, his last live on IG. People are not too thrilled about seeing. We'll get into that in a second.
I had no idea we're going to go this direction with the podcast. This is absolute. But listen, we've talked about it. We've had a lot of the guys on to talk about this stuff. Are you done with Hollywood because of this specific reason?
I'm still working. I still. I haven't made the money necessary to do all of the other stuff. So I still have to go and do the Chitlin circuit. I still have to do the job that I need to. But eventually, I've done what I set out to do, which was to redefine the universe. I've proven what I've set out to do, and that's why I have all the patents. Whether they evaluate it or not, that's up to them. But I've done the work and finished it. Now I can go on and do whatever else we need to do. Hi, everyone. My name is Terrence Howard. I'm an actor, but in the field of science also. So if you would like to connect with me, you can connect with me on Connect. The QR code is down below, and let's have a great conversation.
Man's had his own ad ready. That is crazy right there. He had his own ad ready. So if you would like to reach out to Terrence Howard and you have some questions and want to have a conversation with him, like I said, feel free to hit him up on Connect. Feel free to hit him up on my neck. Interesting gentleman, yeah. Interesting gentleman there. When he talked about science, I got lost. And see, that's the thing. I need to relook at that interview, of course, when he broke down the different equations of the periodic table. And he broke down Pythagorean's theory. I was like, wow. For a nigga to break down Pythagorean's theory, I was like, all right, you got it. You got it. You got it. You got it. I can't say weirdo. I can't say give it weirdo, but dude is definitely like this. For one to have knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. That's the main thing. But for one to actually want to be that enlightened is a special type of person. To want to be that enlightened is a special kind of person. Because I've always wanted to figure out, say for example, right, the movie Interstellar, which I want to do a watch party on one day, right? I keep telling you guys about the movie Interstellar, where the guy literally accidentally ran into a wormhole in space, a black hole in space, I should say, and the wormhole took him through space and time. Literally, he found an actual wormhole that put him in the middle of actual space and time of his own history. So he was able to somehow go back in time but still be ahead of time. It's weird, but being that you're in space, you know how you're in space and a day could be like 10 years or something like that, depending upon where you are. So he had been he had been in space for just 3 days. The aircraft got lost in space for 3 days, whatever. I'm just breaking down a little quick summary of it. Aircraft got lost in space for 3 days. 30 years ends up passing. His daughter ends up getting old. He goes back in time through the fucking wormhole and talks to her and tells her what happened while she's still a teen. This shit is crazy, but as I said, it's real and it's real scientific. I can't say real scientific nerd shit, but I like shit like that, if anything, because that's shit that's very enlightening. Because that's, like I said, that's, if you want to think about it, like we're going to be watching later on tonight. I'm trying to get through the topics because we're going to be doing a watch party for The Matrix tonight. I was supposed to do it last night, but I didn't get home till like 10 o'clock. We had a flash flood one here. Took me a while to get home. So I'll stay in my music. I don't want it. I'll stay in my music head. My gift is writing and composing music and playing the saxophone. What are you going to do when we watch The Matrix later? You got to open your mind up. You going to take the blue pill or the red pill? Blue pill, you stay in Wonderland. Remember that. Blue pill, you stay in Wonderland. Red pill, bye. It's time to jump into the rabbit hole. New Eyes, what's going on? What's going on? All right, so yeah, Terrence Howard brought up an interesting topic. I should say an interesting person. Justin Bieber. Slugs of Truth, what's going on? I love Project Almanac. Is that about Anunnaki? Almanac? If it is, then you probably hit the nail on the noggin. Amen, what's going on? You probably hit the nail on the noggin. I need you to interpret Matrix movie for me. Listen, we're going to be watching Matrix very soon. We'll be watching The Matrix very soon because it's only 9:30 here my time. I know it's probably 10:30 here y'all time, but it's only 9:30 here my time, which means I got to get through the topics here tonight so we can go ahead and do the watch party on Twitch. So Next thing I was getting to is Justin Bieber. Biebs has been going through it, and fans are concerned. Fans are very concerned. Terrence Howard. Let me see. Where's my other one at? Where's my other one? Oh, yeah. Here we go. So this is the short snippet of it. He finished building a time travel machine. His dad didn't finish because he died. Okay, yeah. I would fuck with that. Slug the truth. I would fuck with that. My passion, I'm sick and tired of working. I'm sick and tired of working. I'm sick and tired of working. So that was a small snippet of things. Yeah, I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. Almanac. Okay, I'm gonna definitely check that out. Oh, that's crazy. It's named Almanac too, because in Almanac like the actual like sports book. That's crazy. Like the actual sports book and shit where you predict what's gonna happen. I wonder if people even had those anymore. Yo, when I seen this, I was like, okay, I need my people that, have been around people. I don't mean to say this the wrong way, but my people that have been around people that do drugs, like the hard shit. Can y'all not see? Yeah, I heard he crashed out over Selena Gomez. We're gonna watch that in a second. We're gonna watch that. We're gonna watch this whole thing here. We're gonna watch the whole 15-minute joint. But y'all can see, my man's is not doing well right now. Man's is not doing well right now. And we are also nearing that time. Remember, it's April now. It's April. Okay? We are nearing the time that Sloan Bella literally said around this time Justin was going to be going through the motions and the transition and starting to pass it. It was going to be where he either overdosed or something in that nature is going to happen to him soon, within these next couple of months. Sloan Bella literally said that within these next couple of months, around this time, something is due to happen to Justin Bieber. Within these next few months, unfortunately, something is due to happen to him. So let's look at the entire live in case we missed anything. Because I want to see if we missed anything. Because I can't say it's just weed. I for one can't say this is just weed. Justin, you better not. Oh, hell no. I heard that. Just listen. I know things you going through it, Justin. I don't ever want to hear you do any type of Young Thug flow. I don't ever want to hear that out of you. Yes, but the sad thing is he didn't realize it was a Church of Scientology. That's the fucked up part. Yes, he's in church, but it's not the church he wanted to be in. He's in the church, unfortunately, of Scientology because of his wife, unfortunately. Exactly, his handler. His handler, Haley. I'm not gonna lie, this is hard to listen to. This is very hard to listen to, because as I am listening to it, I have to keep looking at the screen to say, this is Justin Bieber, right? Jay Williams said his head nods is 2 business days late. Now come on, now you know white people don't got no damn rhythm. You know white people don't have no type of head bop rhythm. They just never have. They are always on the 3. You know they always that joke. White people are always on the 3 count. We always on the 4 count. We on the 2 and the 4 count. White people always on the 1 and the 3. You never notice that? When they dance, they always on the damn 1 and the 3. We always on the 2 and the 4 on beat. God damn it, that's why. That's exactly why. Oh my goodness, we going to hell. Yeah. I got that sweater in my head. Yeah, my wrist. I put some sweat on. I put that pepper in the towel. Check out Dude, this is just hard as fuck to listen to. Oh goodness, we only threw a quarter through it. Lord have mercy, help me. Unfortunately, Medusa, that is him singing. Or whatever he's doing. Yes, this is a little... considering this is March 29th, this is heavily Playboi Carti influenced. Because his album just came out. This is heavily Playboi Carti influenced. I don't understand what I'm listening to right now. This is why I have stopped indulging in looking for new music. Because if I find this, I'm plugging my ears. Yeah, I see them eyes. Yeah, I see those eyes. You can literally see it in this. God damn. It's like, I know we're joking, but this is a sad picture. This is a sad frame right here. Like, this is a very sad picture right here. Just this little pause right. God damn, Justin. It's tugging at my heartstrings here. This shot is tugging at my heartstrings here. When you just know somebody's about to go, you know? When you just know. When you just know somebody's about to go. Like, this is like not even just the end of days part, just the damn. Because does he not look so alone even though he has a whole wife? Does he not look still so alone right here in this shot? That's what I'm saying. That's the look of a broken man, yo. I can't even say he in the zone focused with the music. I can't even say that. That's not focused in the music right now. Possibly. You know how that's always how they leave him. In a bathtub or something like that. Or jumped out of the window or something like that. Or he just slumped on drugs, OD'd. And I hate it. I hate it. As I said, this picture right here just lets me know that what Sloan Bella was saying is coming to fruition, unfortunately. Yes, he has family, but that's the thing. You saw the dad in the clip. Yeah, I saw the dad in the clip with Justin Bieber. The dad with Scooter Braun, they pretty much they work hand in hand. The dad and Scooter Braun. The parents did the same thing. The same thing. Put it like this, right? Yeah, the same way y'all just said with Usher's parents. Blame the mom with Usher. Same thing with Bieber. Same thing with all of these kid stars. Same thing with all of the child stars. You blame these parents for letting them even be in this world. These kids were sold off to the industry. What parent lets Diddy take their kid, custody of their kid for 48 hours? That's what his family is, unfortunately. His family is right there watching him go through this shit. But because he has millions of dollars to keep them happy, they don't give a fuck. That is the unfortunate, sad part of being a rich young star. If you are going through it, your family being happy with the millions of dollars that you've acquired that make them happy might not give a fuck. that you are going through this right now. Because when you gone, they already know where the money's going. It ain't with you. It ain't with you. That's the unfortunate part about Bieber right now. I think that's what that look on his face is right now. That, damn, does anybody even really care about me? That's the look he has right now. Man, it's a fucked up picture to look at. Okay, so this is the song that's about Selena Gomez that everybody was talking about. He started to mean that shit. I'm sick and tired of working. I'm sick and tired of hurting.
I think it's just a I think it's just a passion. I don't think I'm
It damn sure isn't. It damn sure isn't worth it. Straight from DC, what's going on? I think that was the end of it. Yeah. All right. So if you don't remember, like I said, Sloan Bella did a video on Justin saying that he needed our prayers. But this is something I had found also an article, and this is but 2 years ago. Just before they were inducted, I guess. Says Scientology aims to make Justin a true believer. The celeb-loving Church of Scientology is desperate to beef up its A-list ranks with young coverts, and Justin Bieber and wife Hailey are at the top of their wish list, insiders claim. Pop Prince Justin, 29, and model Hailey are devout Christians who currently worship at Church Home, a Beverly Hills megachurch that drawn the glittery, including Kourtney Kardashian, football star Russell Wilson, and his pop star wife Ciara, and Justin's former girlfriend Selena Gomez to its Sunday services. But an insider tells the National Enquirer Scientology members have been approaching the couple to reel them into their ranks. That was just 2 years ago. Yes, very much so. I'm pretty sure he would be happier just being a regular kid in Canada at this point. It's like even in this picture, you could tell he was on something. Crazy what Hollywood does to you. But like I said, if you guys don't remember, let me bring you guys up to speed and play this video real quick.
Hi everyone, I'm Sloan from SloanBella.com, and I am back with another energetically channeled, much requested video. Now I had somebody else in mind for today who really wants to come through, which I will bring through later in the week. And the person that I'm talking about today is very prevalent in the news right now due to the circumstances
Fanto, what's going on?
Around somebody, two people actually, possibly more, that he mentored under as a young man as he was coming up in the music industry. And there's great concern for his health and mental well-being at the moment after just having a baby, given the circumstances of the people that fostered him into the industry and what's going on with them. I'm talking about Justin Bieber, and I felt like if I didn't do his video right now, I wouldn't get a chance to do it. So there was an imperativeness to me wanting to do this video. I shoved off a bunch of meetings. I pushed everything aside, and I'm like, I have to film this. And I started saying it last week, so I'm finally sitting down to do it today. Now, Justin Bieber was born on March 1st of 1994 in London, Ontario, Canada, at 12:56 a.m. Now, I'm very familiar with where he was born. I went to private school in St. Thomas, Ontario, which is just outside of London, Ontario. And it is it's a city, but it's a rural area. So those kinds of...
Don't you dare mention Tommy Richmond in this damn chat. That damn waste of talent. Goddamn. Oh, don't you get me started, Phantom.
Areas in Canada have nothing in comparison to American cities like New York and Los Angeles, which are just full of people. So Justin was born then. So I put his chart together and I want to discuss it really briefly. I found it fascinating because he's a Pisces sun, and that's difficult in and of itself because a Pisces sun, any person born under the sun sign of Pisces is completing lifetime after lifetime and family patterning cycles in this life. That's why they are a Pisces. And they have so many different reflective personalities because they go through each and every sign, the 11 prior to them, at any given moment to work the energy out so that they can come through and move in a different direction the next time they come back to this dimension, in theory. So astrology, of course, is premised on the belief that we reincarnate in and out of different lifetimes. So for a Pisces, it's very intense because it is accumulation of many lifetimes in one lifetime. Now, the first thing I see with Justin is that he has a stellium, 3 or more planets in the same sign. Saturn is in Pisces. That's a very difficult Saturn position. Saturn is in Pisces and it is conjuncting the sun. Now, the sun is conjuncting Venus. Saturn conjunct the sun is problematic in and of itself just by its very nature because it brings the past karma of the father's ancestors, so the male side of the family, into the child's direct responses in this lifetime. Does not matter if the child is male or female, that is just what happens. And Saturn in Pisces is one of two things. It is incredibly perfectionistic or incredibly broken. So there's nothing in between with Saturn in Pisces. You will have people that are the top of their field and the best in their field, and then you will have people that are basically homeless and like sleeping on the ground. It is nothing in between of any generation born with Saturn in Pisces. They have to come, the whole karma of Saturn in Pisces, well, not the whole karma, but a lot of the karma of Saturn in Pisces is to assimilate the dark with the light, the good with the bad, and to run on practical application of how they respond in this world. And it can be very difficult for them because they can get sidetracked. Saturn conjuncting the sun immediately tempers the energy of the person with inherited depression. Okay, so there is an inheriting of energy, karma, and also depression, just depression. Like, how do we feel about things? Why do we feel the way we do? And do we feel good about it? Saturn on the sun squashes that joyfulness of the sun. And with a sun in Pisces, it's already, the person is already aware of what is underneath the sun and what hides in the dark, because they walk the veil in between both, all Pisces people. The other thing that I found fascinating is he has Mars conjuncting Saturn, again, the karma of the father, the sins of the father. Saturn, 7 generations back, literally, figuratively and literally in his case.
Look at that. The sins of the father. What did I just mention? Who's he? Scooter Braun and his dad are fucking in cahoot. I just said that shit.
We have Mars conjuncting Mercury. Both are in Aquarius. So the Mars is conjunct the Saturn. It's 8 degrees and it's in a different sign. And it's sliding along in the same house. So it's interesting because it's never far from his thinking. Now, Mercury in Aquarius should be very out of this world, you know, just energy, electrical. Justin was born with Mercury retrograde. Now, people who don't know astrology, you'll hear them online going, watch your electronics, Mercury retrograde, confusion. That's not what Mercury retrograde is. It can be given the sign that it's in, okay? Given the sign that it's in, it can be a whole bunch of things pertaining to this particular sign the person is born with, or what it's transiting in this particular instance, any given time during the year. However, in Justin's case, Mercury is in Aquarius. It's conjuncting Mars. Okay, so the father again, and the way that Justin expresses himself and his masculinity, but it is retrograde. So what is Mercury retrograde? Mercury retrograde, and keep in mind, it's in Aquarius. Aquarius connects to the energy of helping people pursue and follow their dreams and goals. So Justin has Mercury in that area. So he has followed his own dreams and goals. But whose dreams and goals are those really? Conjuncting Mars.
It's a reflection of his past, basically, or a reflection of his family's history, pretty much.
The father, ancestors. Ancestrally down the line, this is what we have planned for you. And it can also be off the grid, meaning on the other side, it's what's planned for him. What he does with it, with his free will, even though he's confined with that Saturn and bound with that.
She definitely is a star seed. I'll say that, Medusa. She's a star seed. She said my spirit just jumped. She ain't human. Because blood is red. I forgot what star seed exactly she is. But yes, I will definitely agree with you on that part, because of how she is able to connect between our world and the other side so easily. She's very, like, I almost put it like this, right? When I do my Michael Jackson one, she's going to be included, because she was able to talk to Mike's spirit. And the shit she uncovered, I said, you got it. Because she helped me with Nip. If y'all don't remember who this is, of course, this is the lady that pretty much predicted what was going to happen with Diddy. This is the lady that predicted everything with the timeline with Diddy. I'm talking about down the middle. She predicted the whole shit by channeling Kim Porter and talking to her. This is the lady that predicted Diddy's timeline right now. Predicted when the raid was going to happen, when the nigga was going to court. when he'd be arrested, everything. So, like I said, yeah, when I do my Michael Jackson one, when she connected with him, she's connected with Nip Spirit, she's connected with a few different people. But Takeoff even. She even connected with Takeoff Spirit. But yeah, I'm gonna let it continue now, but just wanted to emphasize who you guys are even listening to right now. If you guys don't remember or know who this is.
Saturn is still up to him within the context, even if he does something bad. And before I go on about Mercury retrograde, I want to say you don't have to continue following on the negative side of life just because you've been on the negative side of life. You are allowed to change, ask for forgiveness, and behave differently. And I hope Justin hears that message, because that's exactly where he needs to focus his energy so that he knows he can move forward. Now, Mercury retrograde is fascinating. Anything retrograde brings 20/20 hindsight to it, okay? But Mercury retrograde is a spiritual point in the chart where the thinking comes to a position where they're going to think materialistically or they're going to think spiritually. And then you kind of layer it with the sign of Aquarius, okay? So this is inspired thinking, lyrical thinking, and it's being squared right now by Taurus, okay? By your transiting Uranus in Taurus, squaring it. So this is a lot of unexpected thinking and circumstances, Taurus throat chakra, in what we didn't speak up about pertaining to Justin Bieber. Now, what I love when I look at his chart is I love that he has Capricorn on the second house. I love that he has Neptune and Uranus conjunct in the second house. There is probably a love for the esoteric or metaphysic or occult and the love of music at the same time. Television, music, performance. Perfect. Perfection. Now, if you look at his ascendant, I was blown away by this. Just absolutely, because he doesn't strike me like that. But now that I see the ascendant, I'm like, I can see. The Pisces will hide. The water signs will hide. So he's a double water sign. He's a Scorpio rising, okay? 29 degrees Scorpio rising. Holy shit, with Sagittarius in the first house. So there is that combination of I work underneath the logical and the physical reality of this world, and I work with the manipulation of energy. Why? Because all you Scorpio risings, I don't care who you are out there, are mother dominated. I use that word. Doesn't mean your mother's bad or anything like that. It means the focus in the family and the way that you were raised was energetically connected to the mother's thinking. Can be divorce, can be that the father worked too much, but Scorpio rising is a person who learned how to walk the veil between the dimension of earth, logical, practical, everything you touch, tangible, and the undercurrent of energy on this planet, which is the astral, the spiritual, the metaphysical. They learn that from their mother, and it can be in very normal circumstances. It doesn't have to be because you're famous or you're this or you're a practitioner. It's literally they watched the mother and they learned how she manipulated underneath the current to get her needs met, whatever they were. It could be as simple as, getting your day-to-day needs met. It doesn't have to be anything hugely big. So the Scorpio rising person learns very early on what manipulation is. Now take the word manipulation and look at it. We have the earth and what is good, and then we have the dark side and what is bad, what is hidden from the light. The Scorpio rising wanders between the two, learning the good and the bad. So they will often experience all the way up from, dive bars, homelessness, anything horrific you can think of. The Scorpio rising will have friends or put themselves in that experience in order to understand how to walk the energy between what they've been taught and raised in and then what they've experienced. So it's quite an interesting energy. Now his is at 29. That's a whole hell of a lot of Scorpio rising energy. That is not something I wish, and it's something that's happening right now to him. What I find interesting, even more so, is that we have his ruling planet on his ascendant. Now, they're all coming in right now for him, and I'm going to tell you this. I've been feeling this for a couple of days. I'm going to totally sideswipe the reading before I finish his ascendant, but because I have to, I'm freezing. Okay, so there is many a person who has passed away on the other side, and they are just, it's amazing. They are just waking up themselves, as in the public is just waking up. Obviously, some people knew ahead of time. Some people have always known. This is a given with people in the general population. But those on the other side that were shut down, who comes to mind is Amy Winehouse right now. Those who were shut down energetically and taken off the planet too early and basically forced into another dimension are literally very focused on what's happening right now, because it is the recognition of what happened to them on a soul level. Now with Justin, immediately, because this room is full of people here, and I don't even know who they all are. I'm assuming some are his relatives. People are silent.
You see how she said that? And I thought about that too when she said, I'm getting cold. And the crazy thing is, you could literally tell, like, as she's saying that she's feeling the energy of his ancestors pretty much giving her the extra information that she's receiving right now. And what Cherie Purnell is saying, I think it's pronounced clairaudient. Those are people that pretty much can hear things in waves and frequencies in between our normal optics of actual hearing. They can catch on to kinetic energy better than we can, than the average person. Let me see. So it says, it's like, to be clairaudience is essentially the ability to hear in a paranormal manner as opposed to paranormal seeing and feeling. So pretty much she can see and feel and hear the afterlife. She can feel that type of energy and latch onto it and connect to it. That's pretty much what. Thank you so much for sharing that as well, Cherie.
For him and wanting him to be successful. I got a very strong, clear image as I'm talking to you of choking on, I throw up. I'm choking on, like, overdose, choking on my vomit, okay? Aspirating, that's the word I'm looking for. I feel like we're going to go into the drug addiction thing with him.
See? This is where she starts to go down exactly what she's pretty much saying what's going to happen to him. And what do we just see with him doing in the studio? The tweaking part.
Strong right now. And so I feel like he needs prayer. And I'm being dead serious. I feel like he needs prayer to raise his energy up, because there is a battle for him. It's very interesting. I don't know what he holds the key to. And I'm being serious when I say it. There's many people that have been abused by the same mentors that he was abused by. But he holds the key to something, and they don't want it spoken about. And he's tried to speak about it before, and he was shut down when he went with that, I think it's Hillsong or Hillside Church, whatever the name of that place is. Anyway, getting back to his ascendant. Ascendant is 29 degrees. The ruling planet is in the 12th. Last lifetime, jailed for the same thing. And what I mean by jailed is on a soul level, karmically bound and brought back into this life.
That's why he's not able to speak right now. If you notice, you barely hear Justin do interviews right now because he barely can talk. And they try to blame it on the disease, but it's not that. It's what she's saying right now. He's pretty much not able to because they shut his soul down.
So this is the second lifetime that Justin has spent where he has been some sort of celebrity musically, and he has had to deal with the manipulation of this energy. And his life path at this point, he's a 9, is to end this cycle, okay? He's also a dog in Chinese. And apparently a pine tree in Celtic. I didn't know that, but that's just something I read. I don't usually do that. Anyway, I like the pine tree because Jesus was cleansed by the pine oil. So I like that. I like that for him. I like the pine tree. So he's a dog in Chinese, but he's a 9, okay? He's a 9, a level 9. That's extreme. That is not an easy life. That is ending every which way you go along. His moon is in the sign of Libra in the 11th house of Aquarius, which is pretty detached, very artistic, and also carries a lot. It's anger laden. It carries a lot of anger with it. So people with a Libra moon can have a lot of issues with anger and not know how to express themselves. They really maybe don't know how to do it. Now, when I look at Justin's chart, I see the nodal axis, okay? North node is in Scorpio. South node is in Taurus. This is crazy, crazy. Okay, so his energy is very much between the material and the spiritual. He has to learn how to move through that. Okay, he has to learn how to do it. He has Saturn squaring his ascendant, so that karma squares him. Moon squaring Uranus. Very unhinged emotional nature from the women in his life. Any women. He has a daughter, gonna be her. Mother, her. Grandmother, her. Wife, her. Doesn't matter. Female coworkers, them. Very kind of unhinged. Pluto is conjunct the ascendant and conjunct the north node. So conjuncting Pluto on the ascendant says, you must change or we will kill you with some disastrous thing. So I look at Pluto on the ascendant. When it's coming from the 12th, that's even scarier for me. I have it in the first. I prefer it in the first. I do not want it coming hidden from the 12th. You don't know.
And Bison, what's going on?
The unsteady ground you're walking on until you walk on it and you got a sinkhole and you start flying down the sinkhole and then you have to think on your feet, which is exactly where I think that he is. He also has Mars square Pluto. That is a lot of violence directed at somebody. He has a T square and he also has a stellium, as we talked about. You can add the 2 Aquarius planets to the stellium. Some do, some don't. Meaning they're out of sign, but within 10 degrees, but not a 3-degree orb. The T square is Saturn. It's the ascendant, Chiron, and Pluto. This means in order to heal the child in him, because of Chiron,
I forgot. I knew it was somebody in here. New Eyes. It's you. You into astrology. I knew it was somebody. I kept saying to myself, like, somebody in the damn chat is very up on astrology in here. They just not saying it. But it's New Eyes. I remember it was you before that enlightened us on a few different things of astrology.
Healer. In order to heal that, he has to let go of who he was. Pluto, rebirth. Remember, Pluto and Scorpio are the only ones that can reinvent themselves in so many different directions that we don't even have a clue. So what I feel is going on with Justin at the moment. Now let's go back to that Mercury retrograde that he was born with. Let's go back to that. The Mercury retrograde in your natal chart 100% and absolutely brings you to a position of spiritual attunement. Now, because it's in Aquarius and Pluto is going to run up, not in his lifetime because it's like, well, it will be if he doesn't leave soon. But anyway, in his lifetime, okay, late 20, 30 years from now, actually 2047, I think, Pluto stays in Aquarius. So it's going to stay in his Mars and his Mercury sign. So we have Pluto jumping back after the election out of Capricorn into Aquarius. The focus on his life-changing events is going to be strong and dominant in the way that he communicates. He has a chance as a victim slash person who participates to rectify all of that by moving his energy to truth. Pluto does not destroy when you speak truth. When you speak truth, Pluto rises and brings to a level of acceptance where you can move down a different path. So it is in the truth. Now let's go back to that. Okay, let's just literally go back to that. When he has his next birthday, oh man, the repercussions of his actions are going to come out sixfold. Now, my concern for him, here is my concern for him. My concern for him is that he doesn't know who his friends are. He doesn't know who his family is. He obviously does, but he doesn't know. Who are open-ended enemies? I'm really worried about that for him because the open-ended enemies are coming for him. And because he knows and he sees and he tried to say. Now, here's what I'm going to say. Regardless of who does what on this planet, to what degree of evil or what degree of fun, anybody can be forgiven when they speak the truth. Now, let's go back to the initial truth. Justin was a victim as a child, and here's why he was a victim. in my opinion, from the energy I'm feeling. And again, I get a bunch of people connected to this. I know we say Usher, I know we say P. Diddy and any other manager or agent that he's had in his life. However, I go back to the higher ups in the industry. Obviously, we know the Clive Davis, we know all of the music company management companies. But I go to Elton John, I go to Usher, I go to L.A. Reid, I go to P. Diddy, and these are the beginning. These people are targeted. They are targeted because, okay, so how do I want to word this? It's a form of vampiring. I don't even know how to say this without sounding nuts, but it's a form of vampiring, but not the way that vampires have been presented in the public, like Dracula and all those people. It's not that. It's energetic vampiring, and it's not like an energy vampire either. These kids are put into positions when they are vulnerable and young, and they want to create what God has given them, a singing voice, an ability to create something, a presence, a charisma, a way of speaking, a way of helping. They want that energy because they can't do it. So they attach spores through the abuse. That's how I'm going to word it. I call it spores. Think of a dandelion and all the spores going. Think of abuse and think of the spores going into the body and hooking into the different energy centers known as chakras or just energy frequencies or meridians in the body. That is how I'm going to word it. Once they get into you, they can harness that energy. These people are playing on the astral level. My major concern between November and March for Justin is that more and more will come out, and the direction or reflection that reflects back from the mirror to him is so problematic that there could be an increase, and I'm going to say it, drug abuse and overdosing type of circumstances. It will be by accident, and it will be like Aaron Carter, Whitney Houston.
Y'all just literally said his name earlier. Y'all literally just said it was going to be like Aaron Carter. Y'all literally just said it was going to be like Aaron Carter. And just, of course, to, further confirm what she is saying, his birthday is March 1st. It just passed. We just passed his birthday last month. And when was that video recorded? March 29th. That video we just watched of him tweaking out was March 29th. 29 days after his birthday.
Oh, look, they overdosed. But did they overdose, or did somebody spike what it is they're taking, causing an overdose? Just because you smoke a joint, take a pill, does not mean you're expecting to die from that particular thing. So is it laced with something, as is the case of Prince? Is it laced with something? Or is it the case of Michael Jackson, where it's laced with something deliberately and suddenly you're not watching and the person passes away? Is that what's going on? Now we're going blurry. Now we're back. Justin is being rooted for and applauded on the other side because he has the chance to make it right for himself. And I feel he is both participant but victim from the beginning. And that can happen. That can happen. Sometimes you just can't fight it. Sometimes you are bullied and harassed and forced into situations by people that are called mentors. Mentors is the wrong word. Mentor, as I'm saying that, mentor is a horrible word.
Whenever her camera do that, the energy around her is super fucking strong. It's crazy how in the same statement as she's talking about his ancestors are cheering him on for him to come through, and then she starts talking about the mentor emphasizing it, those ancestors are angry.
Is the word mentor? Think of a different word, teacher. Mentor means abuser to me. I've heard it so much in the industry when it comes to older men with younger boys, when the boys were on the street, that when I hear it, I go nuts. So go to Elton John when you're talking about Bieber. Go to Elton John. Go all the way down the history, the lineage of the music industry, and ask yourself, who partakes in what and who orchestrates and orders what? And what happened? And why are these marriages so arranged? Because they're arranged. Now, Justin carries with him the shames and the sins of the father, whatever that means in the family history. Might not mean much, but just lineage with the Saturn conjuncting the sun. The sins of the father, all the way down. And he has a chance to stop it with his chart. He has a phenomenal chart of power if he allows that power to come through, if he allows it to come through. So my concern for Justin is that he doesn't feel he can ever recover. Now, this was something I learned as a kid. When you take a kid out of high school, and young kid out of high school, 13, 14, and they date an older boy, and that boy is really trying to get them into some sort of sex work, okay? By telling them, you're going to be a model, I'm going to take pictures of you, whatever it is. Put musician in there, put model, put actor, put whatever you want. When they do that and the person does these acts in order to get the career that they want because they don't have their frontal lobes developed, and they get the career that they want, they also carry the fact that they feel they cannot go back to who they were because they have been marked. So they feel marked on an energetic level. And that is where Justin, look at this shit on this video. That is where, I'm staying blurred. I hate this when this happens. Oh God. Okay, I'm coming back in. All right, it drives me nuts. I'm in a train of thought and it blurs out. Justin is at this point where he feels as though he cannot come back from what he's done. I want him to know he can. He needs to pray right now, get on his hands and knees and beg for assistance and prayer to bring him out of his thinking, because his thinking is going to lead him down the wrong road. It is between November and his birthday in March, and it's probably the 8-week time frame, so that's 2 months after his birthday. And then I'm kind of hitting a wall with his energy. I feel like he needs our prayers, and I feel like he needs to be elevated, really elevated at this time, super elevated. You don't know the half of it. He's been trying to speak out on it, and he is bullied. He's a bully. If you are a mother of a young entertainer, don't hand them over. You have to know as a female, I'm a female, and I've always known this, you don't give your kid over to strange people because they're famous. And least of all men. And you sure shit don't give custody. We're going back to Steven Tyler and that girl that her parents gave him like, what are you giving a musician custody for? What do you think they want to do to your child? Better them? No. So when we're looking at Justin Bieber, Usher was given custody of him. Nobody should be going to an Usher show. Nobody should be doing that. Nobody. Stop supporting these people and the liquor companies that support them, because they're all owned by liquor companies. Why liquor companies? Because liquor is accepted in this country as a relaxation thing, and it opens portals in the body. That's the reality of it. So if we have a company supporting somebody like Usher, liquor company, then we're okaying it. So we're getting the people two ways. Stop supporting him. He took custody of Justin Bieber. What kind of person does that? And I'm being serious. I'm a mother. I have kids. I have grandkids. I'm being serious. And then he gave custody. So Usher, who ended up injured from Diddy, allegedly, gave custody of Justin Bieber to Diddy to harm. Nobody who does that should be making a penny off our backs.
And that's why I said what I said about the family. Like, Justin's passing is going to be more relieving than anything for a lot of people that actually care about him, because he'll be free from all this torment that his family has put him through.
And Justin needs prayer to raise him up and to speak regardless of what he's done. It can be forgiven because he is a victim of circumstance, parental and otherwise, all the way throughout his life. So this entire planet has been hijacked by good and evil, and he's in the middle of it. But I worry for him. So 2 months after his birthday, March, April, May, That's the time frame. So November to May, it's in that 6-month period. All right, y'all, that is my first video on Justin Bieber. I just had to get it out of my head, so I got it out of my head. That's the time frame. So November to May, it's in that 6-month period.
All right, so it's April. She said May. May is also when Diddy goes to court. That was another thing somebody caught. This video was done 6 months ago. Yes, as above, so below. The crazy thing is, like, I do feel safe around her too, Cherie. Like, she has a very warm, motherly energy to her as well. And on her lives, you get that as well from her. I don't like how she's just.
All right, y'all.
Okay, I didn't like how she was. Her eyes just closed like that. But yeah, on her lives, I've been to some of her lives too, where she's not really into talking about a lot of the industry shit. She'll talk about it because the comments will ask her to talk about some shit, but for the most part, she just talks about her family when she does her regular lives. So for the most part, she really just talks about her family and things going on in her regular life, which I love to hear about that. Just her regular happiness. Liquor is calm spirits for a reason. Yes, and I've been thinking about just lessening my intake of that. I know I'm grown and can drink and whatnot, but it's like just that thought of, or should I say, the actual knowledge of it being an actual being called a spirit for a reason. I think that's what you was trying to say. Liquor is called spirits for a reason. I think the auto corrected that. It's all right though. But yes, liquor is called spirits for a reason. And I've been thinking about lessening my intake for the simple fact that liquor can be opening you up to spirits. It can definitely open you up to spirits in a negative way, in a very bad way. I believe certain liquor has demonic energy attached to it. Certain liquors have demonic energy attached to it. You stopped drinking 30 years ago? Good for you. Good for you. Good for you there. And it's also, it dehydrates the body a lot. It dehydrates the body a lot. I think that's why the black community, it gets sold to the black community so much. Or should I say popularized to the black community so much, because they want us to be inhabited by those negative and bad energy spirits. The evil energy of the spirits. Especially if you look at what happens to our youth, I guarantee majority of that is off either a pill or some liquor. You have never heard somebody go on a shooting spree off weed. The weed made that nigga put the gun down. Sorry to laugh, make a joke out, but yeah, the weed made him put the gun down. The pill and the alcohol did not. The pill and the alcohol said, do it. Mary Jane will say, hey man, take another pull, man. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? And that's why she's saying that they're pretty much emphasizing that, or should I say, they're pretty much readying him right now for that overdose to happen to him. They're saying that Justin Bieber, she's saying that Justin Bieber is pretty much going to have some type of overdose happen within these next couple of weeks to a month. Like I said, this video was done 6 months ago. This is one of those times where even when we watched the video together, when this video premiered, I could not help but get it and shared it with you guys that same night, I believe, and said, yo, we need to, because she hasn't been wrong. And this is one of those times where we both, I think me and her both want to be wrong about this. Because you still care for the person. But unfortunately, like I said, you can see the signs that they're definitely readying Justin to pass. Yeah, and I always hope that, especially the cheap liquors, I hope I wasn't dialing up a direct demon by doing that. But yes, when you're sipping on liquor, you definitely are opening your energy up to call upon spirits. I thought about just converting to just wine, just being on wine, because I like Chardonnay. I'm definitely a white wine person. I'm not a red wine person. Definitely a white wine person. Chardonnay, we call it what's my other shit besides Chardonnay? Pinot Grigio. Pinot Grigio. Give me that, some sangria. We good to go. When you need a strong spiritual practice and you can drink. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would. I think I think I'll go with wine. I need to start just picking up wine more than anything. Because the alcohol is bad for you. Alcohol is bad for you. Yes, Riesling is good too. Diamond Riesling is very good. Diamond Riesling is very good. I can't remember the name of the other one. It's another one too that I like. I can't remember the name of it now. It's another one that's very, very nice. It's another white wine that's very nice, and I can't remember the name of it right now. Oh well. I think it started with a Z. Before I get into Diddy, more speaking of, we're on the subject of Justin Bieber. Next thing we're covering is Diddy, of course, but let me see something. Where is my shit? Moscato. That's what it was. I can't remember what the fuck the name was. Moscato. I was like, damn it, I drink it all the damn time. I can't remember the name of the shit. It's Moscato, but it's something else. No, this is Zinfandel. Yeah, Zinfandel. Zinfandel was another one I like. I can do Sauvignon Blanc. I can definitely do some Sauvignon Blanc. But yeah, I need to get myself back into just some regular wine. I don't need to be doing the alcohol no more. We offer liquor to Papa Legba and others. Yeah, see? As soon as you said that, Papa Legba. I want to stay clear of Papa Legba, okay? I know who that is. I want to stay clear of Papa Legba. Clear of that nigga. Clear. Okay? No. I don't want nothing you got. Nothing you got. I'm cool, Papa. I'm cool, brother. I want to keep my soul. I'm cool, brother. Go ahead now. All right. What was I getting into? Yeah, let's get into the Gene deal real quick. Time is ticking. I want Miss Medusa to fall asleep on The Matrix. Matrix is not exactly a short movie. Matrix is not a short movie. Let's see. Where am I at? And I got to save some things. We got to save some things for the next pod. Where the hell is G-Dale? Ross, where is G-Dale? Oh, shit. Duh. Okay. All right, so if you don't remember, this is the part two pretty much to him talking about the relationship, the gay relationship between Kurt Burroughs and Gene Deal. Kurt Burroughs was the former president of Bad Boy. Is actually suing Janice Combs in Bad Boy Records. Not Sean, but suing Janice Combs. And inside the lawsuit, there were a lot of history that was uncovered about the gay relationship between Kurt Burroughs and Diddy.
This Kirk Burroughs lawsuit. Have you seen it? He alleging some wild stuff, man.
I read most of it.
Yeah, if you look at this lawsuit, man, he claiming some wild stuff like he was forced to watch Puffy have sex at bad boy offices.
If Diddy made Kirk look at sexual acts at the bad boy office, then that just goes to show you some of the stuff that Jaguar Wright was saying was true when she said that the lawyer told her that they caught individuals in the office having sexual acts. Kirk Burroughs was the president of Bad Boy. And if he was made to look at sexual acts in the office during or after working hours, did he choose to do that or did he make him do that? Diddy was the CEO. He was the president. Did he force them to do it? Maybe he did. I don't know. I never walked in none of that.
Yeah, he also claiming that Diddy would make him give him hand jobs.
Well, I guess if they had a gay relationship and Diddy requested a hand job, he was requesting a hand job from his boyfriend, or what he appeared to think that Kirk was. Also, this is my president, but this is also my boyfriend. I'm in a relationship with him. It may not be known to everybody, and if he was requesting hand job, he was doing his boyfriend. He was handing his boyfriend a favor. He was giving his boyfriend a hand job. That's what Diddy thought Kirk was to him. Also his boyfriend. He may have been a president of my company, but he was my boyfriend. So if Kirk alleging that in his lawsuit, I guess he was giving him a hand.
Right. But I don't get it, man. I don't see how somebody can make you get him a hand job. You know, like, how does that work?
Well, maybe he thought he was going to lose his job. Maybe the fact that Kirk thought that if he didn't do sexual acts towards Diddy that he asked him to do, he was going to lose his job. Maybe he thought he was in jeopardy. What was the situation? That's between them two. And if Kirk is now saying that Diddy forced him, did he tell somebody he's been forced to do this? He's sure telling the world now. He's telling the world now he's forced to do this.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out why he didn't come out sooner. He also alleging that Diddy, forced him to give him blowjobs.
Oh my God. So you telling me that in the lawsuit, and I seen it, man, that he forced him to sing in the mic. And it wasn't in the studio.
Yeah, that's what he claiming.
Yo, bro, it's crazy. It's real crazy that Kirk is alleging all these things that people always said back then. I remember when me and you had a conversation about this years ago, and you asked me, was I going to talk about it? I said, no, I'm not going to talk about it because I'm going to let him talk about it. I didn't know he was going to do this lawsuit and put this shit in there. But I told you years ago that I'm not going to talk about it until he talks about it. And he talked about it. So now it's fair game. That was their relationship, man. I don't know how much is forced. I know that it's a law that an employer can be brought up on charges for having sex or any kind of sexual contact with an employee. And he still was an employee of Bad Boy. And did Puff use that to his advantage? I could believe he did. He probably did. But then again, Kirk was in love with Puff.
Baby Juju, what's going on?
Did. So, I don't know how much he forced him, but He sung in the mic.
All right, so I just seen the chat just now. All right, baby Juju, I know you getting up in here. Fairy B just getting off work. What's going on, brother? All right, so I see some of y'all is ready to just watch this. So, like I said, I was gonna save some things for the next time I was gonna be on, which was gonna be tomorrow anyway. So, I was gonna be on a little bit tomorrow afternoon. I was gonna be on anyway. Just to finish up some things, we gonna get into the superseding indictment, Yellow Beezy, Mo3 brother talking to Rainwater. I got a couple of things I wanted to get into tomorrow, so I want y'all to go to that link. Medusa, you can probably watch it on your browser. You don't gotta download the app to watch it on Twitch. You can just go to the browser. You can go to your browser on your phone and do that, or you can yeah. Or if you want to watch it on the well, you're probably going to want to watch it on the TV. I see what you're saying now. Instead of watching it on the phone. So, yeah, you would have to download it on the TV if you're going to watch it on the TV. But, because Twitch, you can definitely download Twitch too. If, like, you have, like, a gaming console or something like that. Or, what do you call it? If you have streaming on your TV, you can definitely go to Twitch right now. Just get a quick little login. And watch it on the TV, because we're going to jump over to Twitch right now. I'm going to end this stream here. And we're going to head over there to watch The Matrix. I'm ready to watch it now, too. Y'all done got me excited to watch the shit now, too. Because I haven't seen it in so long. I get excited with The Matrix. And we're going to be doing all three. Not tonight, but we're going to do all three. So even if we don't finish them tonight, we're going to do the next. We're going to do the second and third one tomorrow for sure. Because the third one is extremely important to right now. That's the reason why I want to get through them, because the third one, by the time you watch the third one, is extremely, if you know what I'm talking about, the third one is extremely important to our timeline right now. All right, so once again, shout out to everybody that was up in here in the YouTube chat. Medusa, Baby Juju, Fury B, Cherie Purnell, New Eyes, Benjamin Zek. What else is up in here? Jay Williams, Slugs of Truth. Trying to remember everybody here. M. Bison. J. Will Fantamos. Trying to see if I get everybody up in here. Icon Vane, BLK, Mr. Risa Jackson. All right, y'all. Like I said, head over to that link there. Stella Blue. What the? That's Stella Blue. All right, fine. It's almost downloading fine. I gotta chill here anyway. Stella Blue, where you been? Stella Blue. Yes, we going to Twitch. We going to Twitch to watch The Matrix. We going to Twitch to watch The Matrix. Stella Blue, where you been? Why you didn't we make you a mod? Why you got the blue in your name? I could have sworn I made you a mod at one point. Did you change your name? Did you change your name or something? Or you got this your new account? This must be your new account. You coming with us to Twitch? Good. Definitely. Yes, that's what I'm saying. I remember, I'm like, hold up, Stella, you was a moderator. Yes, you was. At one point, yes, you was. Because that's how we was trying to get you back in the chat with Simple Town. When Simple Town did that by accident. I remember that night when Simple Town said, "Oops." She didn't mean to do it. She just I don't know what happened that night. We was trying to figure out how to get you back in the chat. He was like, "Oh shit, where she go?" Because you was very active that night. I forgot what we were talking about. I forgot what subject we were on, but the subject definitely had touched you a lot, and so we were just trying to get you back in the chat. But yeah, she got blocked. But I was trying to figure out what I don't know what Simple Town did because she couldn't even figure out how the fuck she did. She was like, "Oops, I didn't mean to." She had put her on like a 24-hour block or some shit, and I was like, "Wait, what'd you do that for?" But yeah, that was funny. That was too damn funny that night. Because like I said, we spent about an hour trying to figure out how the hell to get you unmuted and unblocked. You gonna help read down the Matrix? Well, all right. Well, we got the gang up in here. All right, so we got a nice little watch party up in here, and I already got this joint fired up. All right, Medusa, are you ready to go? Are you ready to get on over there? Cause you the main one that said you've never seen it, so we definitely gotta wait for you. We definitely gotta wait for you. We're not rushing you, but just let me know when you good. Oh, so you didn't even know what happened? Yeah, that's exactly what happened, Stella. Simple Town had hit the button by mistake, and she didn't know how she did it. Yeah, I'm hold on. It's fine. It's fine. What we gonna do before we while Medusa's doing that? There was another video from Gene Deal about Stevie J that I didn't get the chance to listen to, but I would like to look at real quick.
Speaking of Stevie J,
Juju, you never seen it either? Oh, we in for a treat tonight.
Well, when Stevie J first got his start with Diddy, you know what I'm saying, Diddy treated him just like he was treating everybody else, robbing them blind, and they didn't even know it. Because they didn't know anything about the record industry. There's a lot of kids that used to come up there, mold them. They was from the Hood Fellas, 50 Cent. A lot of people used to write for Diddy, and he'll just give them 10,000. Yo, here go 10. You know what I'm saying? They didn't know nothing about the publishing and everything. They can go flip that money on the street and double it, triple, however they was doing it. But they didn't know about the publishing. They didn't know about the points and the percentages and all the stuff that you're supposed to know, you understand, when you're writing songs. They just thought that, you know, I got 10, 20,000 for doing this. I'm good. You feel me? So Stevie J was one of those guys that was producing music, getting on track, making beats, and doing all the things that you're supposed to do. And Puff was doing just like he was doing everybody else, robbing them. Then I guess somebody come in, they get management, they get people and start getting points and start getting stuff. Now Puff don't like you no more. Because you know more about the business that he wants you to know. So Stevie's one of those dudes that he fell out of Puff grace. You understand? Because he started wanting the money that he was supposed to have in the first place. So it was a time Stevie J couldn't even get around. He couldn't even be around. He wasn't around.
That makes sense. So what Gene Deal is saying, he started kissing Puffy ass so he can get that money that he owed him all the time. That's crazy.
Nothing. When Stevie J used to come into the cities, he used to come to places when he started getting back on, when that love and hip hop came. So Stevie J and them came and they did some kind of big show here with Love and Hip Hop, and I actually bodyguarded him, and he was with Mimi. We both went over to Mimi dressing room when she was doing her hair. I think her name Mimi. Yeah, she was doing her hair and everything like that. So we went over there together. I went to the show with him, make sure he was good the whole 9 yards. You understand? He had a phone call. He made a phone call to Puff. Puff took the phone call, and that's when they started getting back together, when Stevie J got famous on the Love and Hip Hop thing. And until then, they wasn't effing with each other. And now you hear all these kind of stuff, whereas that him and Puff is in sexual relationships with other men.
You personally, do you believe he's gay?
I couldn't see it when he was dealing with us. But once he got into that Hollywood and that love and hip hop and that situation with and his girlfriend, they strapping on in the whole 9 yards. Dog, listen here, man. I don't put shit past him. Not one thing.
What you mean strap on?
What do you think, bro?
I don't know. I never heard that one.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess you need to do a little bit more living or go read a little bit more books or see.
He said you don't know what a strap-on is. All right, well, I guess you need to do some research.
Movies and shit like that. His girlfriends and them is strapping on and having sex with them as if they was men's and shit like that. Get out of here, bro. Shit was crazy. And bro, listen to me. He dropped the sex tape, you understand, intentionally for notoriety and attention with Eve. They had dildos, strap-ons, and all that shit in those tapes.
I never even put two and two together till you said that. The emancipation of Mimi, that is crazy. Mariah.
Come on, man. And you know this is what Diddy like. This is what they saying he like. This has been going on throughout the years, and now you living with him. A man that you once said that you hated. You ain't effing with him. But now you loyal? Come on, bro. These guys make it up as they go.
But how you know he leaked that sex tape on purpose with him and Eve?
But if you don't want that shit to get out, it's not going to get out. You understand? If you don't want that tape to get out, it's not going to get out. That's something that they have in their personal library. And he knew that would bring attention to him. He knew that would bring attention to him. And that was the thing. It's just like Kim Kardashian and Ray J. Her mother dropped that. That gave her the attention that she needed.
Bruh. Does that not confirm what Kanye just said? That Kris Jenner got the tapes? Ain't nobody, I don't think too many people knew that Kris Jenner dropped that sex tape of them. Everybody thought Ray J dropped the sex tape of Kim. The moms dropped it for business. Diabolical.
Allegedly, her mother dropped that tape for her Ray J and Kim Kardashian. Paris Hilton. She dropped the tape too. Tried to put it off on the man and the whole 9 yards. That was the thing in Hollywood, to get that notoriety so your name could stay up in there. He did the same thing, man. Stevie J was a cornball. Always have been. Look at that picture that I showed you, bruh. It was me, Tone, and one of the dudes who ran Fed magazines. Look how he looked. He was a cornball. Always have been. For a jazzy girl like Eve to f with him, it had to be for the music.
Definitely was. But you're absolutely right. And Corey Gamble was definitely there. And you ain't got to say allegedly with that one. He was there. That nigga was there. That nigga was there. He's always around when there's a body around. Been on the Corey fat ass. Been on the Corey fat ass. Ray J. Ben said he had nothing to do with the tape being released and how it's been setting him up for failure in real life because everything looks big on TV. Yes, because everybody, like I said, he had been had that stigma following him that he was the one to drop the damn sex tape. Lo and behold, the damn mother. That's some shit. New Eyes, you ready? I was getting ready to play the outro music and set things up over there in a second. Just let me, New Eyes, let me know. Okay. All right, y'all. I shall see y'all over on Twitch. Put the link in the chat again. For those that want to come on over. Oh, shoot. Do. I got lo-fi chill on my TV right now. It's crazy. My aunt listen to this type of jazz. That's what it sounds like. It don't even sound like lo-fi chill. It just sounds like jazz right now. All right. I shall see y'all over there.
What comes to mind, though, when you think back on these days and what was going on in your life? Did you have a gut feeling that this movie was going to be really transformative?
No, check this out. I made $12,000 for doing Hustle and Flow. And then on top of it, what Paramount did, instead of putting my name as Terrence Howard performing the songs, they put performed by DJ. Well, they own DJ. So guess what? The performance royalties went to Paramount. They went,
Wait a minute. They didn't go to Terrence Howard. They went to
$12,000. That's all I ever made from Hustle and Flow. Everything else went right back into Paramount. So now I got to sue Paramount or send them a letter.
Are you serious?
I got to send them a letter to say, hey, you guys owe me about 20 years worth of residuals and performance royalties. But I didn't know. I was just trying to pay my rent then. I made $6,000 doing crap.
Two and then the three and then the four, then you gotta breathe. One and then the two and then the three and then the four, then you gotta breathe. Then you gotta. Yo, these niggas can't breathe when I come through, hum to some shoes. Gotta be 20, man, it's not even funny, they can't. The chokehold's too tight, the left looks too right. You know what, you right, these bitches can't. Look, they hearts racing, they start chasing. But I'm so fast when I blow past that they can't. In the presence of the man, your future look better than your past. If you present with the man, you better. You niggas can't share my air. I walk a mile in the pair I wear. And I'm getting better year by year, like they say wine do. Cops couldn't smell me if you brought the K9s through. And I pace myself. I know these money hungry bitches wanna taste my wealth, but I keep them on a diet, embrace their health, or even keep them on the quiet and space myself and just take a deep breath. I got them grabbing their chest, cause it's hurting them to see fabbing is best. And they in they worst, they rather see me laying a hearse than laying the back. And I ain't just laying the verse, I'm saying the facts. I came back with some sicker stones that got these broke niggas looking at me like they choking on a chicken bone. Heavy chick I bone, can't leave a dick alone. So I know it's one of them every time I pick my phone. Breathe. One and then the two and then the three and then the four, then you gotta breathe. One and then the two and then the three and then the four, then you gotta breathe. One and then the two and then the three and then the four, then you gotta breathe. Then you gotta. Yo, these niggas can't breathe when I come through, hum to some shoes. Gotta be 20, man, it's not even funny, they can't. The chokehold's too tight, the left looks too right. You know what? You right, these bitches can't.
What it is, you really do.
It's your man.